What's going on, Duke fans? It's Jack. Welcome back to another edition of Talking Ball. And today we've got some big breaking news. Cedric Coward has announced he will be transferring to the Duke Blue Devils. For those of you who don't know, and count myself in with you guys, so don't worry, we're all learning together here. Coward, 6'6", 206 pounds, played last year at Washington State. He only played 6 games. He averaged 18 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and about a steal and a block in those 6 games. Extremely efficient. Even the year prior to that, where he was at Eastern Washington, he averaged over 15 points a game. Really efficient 3-point shooter, around 40% from three. Really good with his catch and shoot opportunities. He is, and most importantly, I think it's pretty cool. He started his career at the D3 level. So he spent 1 year at D3 William Nett, and then Eastern Washington for 2 years before last year moving to Washington State. So a pretty cool story for Coward. He is staying in the NBA draft. You never know. If he has some really good workouts, a team may decide to give him a first round promise. But as of right now, I think that's more about him gathering information for next year. He is going to start for Duke. I think he'll start alongside Isaiah Evans on the wing. And then it will either be, Caleb Foster or Caden Boozer starting at point guard. And then obviously Cameron Boozer and most likely Patrick Gangba, although it could be Malik Brown starting at the center spot. So I think back to having a really big team, lots of size, defensive versatility. Coward is a really good he's a really good 3-point shooter. I just got to keep reiterating that because I think with him and Evans, it's just a lot of firepower out there. And it's very exciting. I'm hopeful, that he ends up not going into the draft. He will be 22 in September. And I think he'll play a role kind of in between what Duke got from Sion James and Con Knipple last year. But I do think it will be closer to Con Knipple than Sion James. I just think this is a big get for Duke, who I've been talking about in some of our more recent videos. Duke needed a guy like this, somebody between 6'6" to 6'8", to give them additional depth in that wing forward department. He's a little, he's 6'6", so he's on the smaller end of that size range I was looking for. But Coward plays a little bit bigger. He's shown an ability to score from the post. He defends well. He blocked nearly a one shot per game at 6'6". That's really impressive. And I think he's just a guy who will impact winning. Now, he hasn't been on a lot of great teams in the past, but I think this is a great opportunity, not just for him, but also for Duke, who needed veteran leadership on this next Duke team. They will have a number of guys coming back in Caleb Foster and Malik Brown and Gangba, Harris, and Evans. But the only upperclassmen there are Foster and Malik Brown. So it's nice to have another upperclassman come in. I do think Duke has a little bit more work to do. They'll probably look to add at least one more transfer who will play, and then maybe another one who will be part of the practice squad, kind of building up the guys, because Duke lost Begovic and Hubbard, and those are big losses, locker room guys. So I think they'll look to try to replace that in the portal. They still have Cameron Sheffield, so I think probably one guy there. And then another big probably makes sense. Maybe they bring in a guard who's not really expected to play, but will push Foster and Boozer in practice. That's another possibility. But I think this is the big fish that they're going to get out of the transfer portal for Duke. And Coach Scheyer, he's got a clear philosophy now where he's looking for size, defensive versatility, and shooting. And Coward really hits the nail on all three of those things. So it's very exciting for next season. He's a big piece, a big get for Duke, who's battling with Alabama to get him. Now we'll have to see if he stays in the draft or not, but I think he will not stay in the draft and go to Duke. And like I said, just gather that information. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.